Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? Who do we have in here? JP, Turbo Mini Cooper, Sleeping Hawk, Mikey, Lot, Mo Crypto, Denario, SA, May Sound, Spyrovolk, and that's it. Cool. And everyone else who says hello, 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 hello. Hit the like button, smash up the like button. Let's get into the into the price action. All right, so today's been actually quite a nice day. I've just been trading very low time frame stuff. We'll have a look at what's going on with the bigger picture in a moment as well. But yeah, low time frames have been really nice for me today. Just continuing on as usual. Like yesterday was a weird day. I wasn't feeling it at all yesterday. The price action, I didn't like it. Did not like it one bit. So when we had this New York session, I was actually taking a long here. But then as soon as we had that first take profit and it started to get stopped out, I was just like, oh my God, this is horrible. And the whole grind down that we had yesterday into that daily level and then failing to get any kind of change of market structure was, just a sign for me just to get out of there and not to kind of participate in this move. I did get stopped out of a couple of trades on this. My degen play on XRP got stopped, so that took my my competition account from about plus 80% to about minus 30% just from hitting a stop loss and having to pay the fees on that. So what I've done this morning is just gradually try and get myself back into break even so I can go for another degen hit at some point later on today. I don't know quite how that's going at the moment. I think I'm up again. I'm up about 20% now. So I went from like plus 80% to minus 30%. And now I'm like plus 11%. So we'll see how things go. This is the little $100 trading competition that we're doing. So at some point I'm going to hit something and it's just going to fly because I have had that happen on other accounts. But so far I haven't quite got one of my 100x YOLO positions to stick yet. The market just hasn't quite been there for me. But in terms of normal trading, it's been relatively nice. So yeah, the getting stopped on the long yesterday, which was a weird move as soon as we started to see this aggression coming down. Just better to stay out of it. I didn't take the SFP long. However, I did go long on my main account on a couple of other assets. And then Asia just rolling over, breaking down. And now we find ourselves having changed our high time frame market structure here, no longer making these consecutive higher lows. And so far, just coming in to basically back test the zone in which we broke down from. So coming back into that daily level, back testing this trend line, however it is that you want to draw that. So back testing that and still looking at there is a significant chance of more downside. Now, if we can reclaim the daily level, if we can break above the daily level, in which case I'd be looking for a move up to around about 22,900, which would be we'll break above 22,900 and then look for support back down here at the daily level. I think that could give us an opportunity for looking again at a rotation towards the highs of the range. This is continuing to be a range, and as of yet, it's just we're not seeing a big breakdown. I would just say, as I have done with all of this, be cautious if we do start to come down here and take this low, because I think a lot of people are looking at that. Okay, so just be aware. King is here. Hey man, can you check out Hex USDC again and tell me if we might go down visiting the POC again? By the way, volume doesn't mean much for staking coin, right? And most trading is happening at Uniswap. I don't know at this stage, King, if you're just trolling me, trying to get me to look at Hex every stream, or if these are genuine questions. But thank you very much for the tip. My hair's all weird. Thank you very much for the tip. I will have a look at Hex now. That's why I was laughing just a minute ago. Hex USDC. I'll have a very quick look. So this is on Uniswap. Holy moly. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is looking actually quite good. So if you're a Hex hodler, then what more can you're in the golden pocket here. So from this high to your low down here, this is the golden pocket. You are getting some resistance there. I think it's very unlikely that you're going to find a move back down unless the whole market starts to collapse. But the problem is it's such low volume. I'd need to have a look at something. Let me have a serious look at something that's going to be traded with a little bit more volume here. That's a bit more like it. Oh. Okay, the BitGet chart doesn't really have anything here either. Anything that's like got some organic kind of price action, there isn't. It's one of those, isn't it? It's until you start to like break the trend that you're in, even locally. Like, I can't really TA this seriously. You're at the golden pocket. You've taken out a series of highs. You've got like a high over here. Is it valid? Look, it's so illiquid. There's really not much going on. You've only got a few trades here, so it's very difficult to TA. It's just one of those situations where, like, as long as you're okay, like you're kind of just trading with the trend at this stage and just let it continue to run. Because the thing is with these coins, until they break down, so until you're coming back down here below like 0.038, everything's looking okay. You can probably come in, fill some of these inefficiencies on the way down, find another higher low, and then just continue on from there. But in terms of TA, it's very, very difficult to do that because it's just there's not that many people actually trading the asset, like an asset like that. So yeah, hopefully that's useful in some way. But it's just very difficult to actually TA it, like I say. Basketballs, Luke, my account got nuked by the last 2 days of price action. Oof. Yeah, it shouldn't do if you're trading correct risk management, because we're still within the range. But yeah, I think this is just a lesson in risk management, and you've just got to be aware of don't nuke whole accounts, I guess. This is the thing, I never know if people are just trolling me, so I don't really give a serious answer to it because I don't really know if people are just Let's have a look more at what we've got here with I'm going to take this off the chart. We're going to have a bit more of a close look at things. I'm going to remove these as well. So yeah, anyway, so far today, I've taken 2 short positions. One of them, so we hit take profit 1, then we hit take profit 2, then I compounded, and then I've taken profit again at this stage. I'm open to a move back down towards the lows here, but what we had was actually quite nice. So this move this morning, coming back in, testing the daily level, I wasn't able to get that, but if we're looking at the 1 minute time frame, and we're going low time frames here, very low time frames, but this being the Asia session POC, we had a move up during London, SFP into the daily level. So the USD pair actually hit the daily as well. So I've got a cool little thing here which actually shows the difference between what USDT and the USD pair is doing, which is nice. And yeah, we had that rejection, changed market structure at this point. Okay, so you had the uptrend, break, and then we were looking for, so I was taking a short here off of this rise, and then take profit one for me was very simple, taking out these lows. So I hit take profit one, and again I updated this in the Discord as I was taking this trade, came back up, same level, take profit two, down at the Asia point of control. Had a really good reaction off of that, and then as we had the SFP off of these highs, I then added back into that trade and have now taken profit at the POC. So I'm still holding a short position with an average that's basically at the daily level now, because I was able to get in here and then again off of these highs. So an average that's around here. Holding it for now. I am open to the possibility of this going lower. What I'd quite like to see at this stage is maybe like golden pocket or something, or even if we're just looking locally, so that would be coming down to take out these London lows. Or even if we're just looking locally at this, then what we do have is coming back in to fill all of the, basically that impulsive move up that we had earlier on. If price can come back down into here, then that just fills in a lot of this void that was left behind on that big pump from the Asia POC. So that's the plan at the moment, just holding these short positions. I am long on I'm long on Sia coin today. I've taken a long on SC USDT, and I am looking at the possibility of taking a short on Link. So I am going to just go over those in a second as well. But we can have a look at some other stuff, and we can have a look at the DXY, and we can have a look at the S&P 500. Volume sessions is a script that it is a custom script. I do not think it is published. Yeah, it's not published. It is a custom script. If you are in the crew, then you can use this script. Who was it that asked this? FEMC. Yeah, Jens, what script are those? Jens? Who's Jens? What script are those session borders? Looks neat. Yeah, so this is a custom script. I think one of the members of the community made this for us. And yeah, if you are in the crew, then you do have access to that. Is your daily level marked at the London Open or the start of the day as in midnight? The daily level is from back here. Okay, this was the one that we were looking at as support yesterday, and because we didn't regard it as support yesterday, I'm keeping it on my chart, so it's from Tuesday. Huh? Why can't I? What have I got here that's making it? There we go, reset chart view. How strange. Yeah, so that daily level is from Tuesday. I will remove it from my chart at some point, but it's useful to still have on there for now. My daily open isn't here because it's, again, you're looking at that quite a long way away, but I will just throw that on here, but we're not necessarily looking up towards that at this stage. Degeneration X, I will look at ADA at some point. Again, if you want me to actually look at something and take the time to look at something, then make sure you then you can tip like King is doing, because then I will answer your questions. But if you're just spamming the chat, then I may or may not get to it. Depends if I feel like it or not. So the only way to actually guarantee that I'll look at ADA is to tip in the chat. What's your thoughts on BTC coming down to 20,500 at max before a new push up to 30 to 40k? That would be a nice 5-wave move to the upside, and then we can have a correction around June. The problem that I see at the moment is if we are going to go down to 20,500, I wouldn't like it. Okay, I wouldn't like it. I think that would be too much of an opportunity to get into a long. And I think at that stage, if we do start coming down significantly below this range, we're likely to come all the way back down towards the lows again, and then we've got to restart everything. Of course, there are trades that you can do around there. If we do dip a bit further, but 20,500, I wouldn't feel comfortable trying to swing along that. I'd have to see how it goes. I mean, if we were here and we were just holding and we maybe put in some kind of consolidation, that there was something around there that gave us confidence that, okay, this is actually holding now. It would probably be over the course of a few weeks. I'd want to see a range put in at 25k like this in order to actually build support there. Otherwise, because we don't have support there, we don't have any support below us, like any support below us at all. So if we are going to start falling, then the price is going to have to make its own support somehow. You're going to have to build those short positions up. You're going to have to get everyone bearish somewhere, and then you can start to push up. So from a technical perspective, no, I don't like it. I don't like price coming down to 20,500 or 21,500 or anything like that. I think we've got to push from this range that we're in here. This range cannot be broken. If this range is not broken, I mean, low SFP, fine. I don't think that's the most likely scenario. I wouldn't feel that comfortable trading it. But as long as you can push up from this range, then this is what can become support, and you can just run below it, take out the longs from here, and then continue upwards. But we've got to go higher before we can really consider this as any kind of support right now. Because at the moment it looks like a distribution, and if this is a distribution at the highs, this isn't going to hold you. So, yeah. Let's go to the S&P 500. So for this, it's a very, very simple one here at the moment. Yeah, basically on the SPX, I'm just playing this idea of like golden pocket every time. So looking for a markup here. Again, I still think the SPX is looking fine. The ES is looking fine. You got your little newbie little trend lines, things like that. If you can start to break higher, like obviously we've had the bounce from the DXY. I do think that the DXY has put in a local high, but it has already retraced quite nicely. So yeah, continuing to trade this trend on the S&P. This is the daily level. That's where we bounced. Our daily open is here. And yeah, similar situation with ES. It's just a healthy uptrend. So Bitcoin's being a bit like, what is it being? Bit weird. But yeah, S&P healthy uptrend. Despite the dollar having a really good bounce, coming up into that 2017 high, coming up into the weekly level, taking the liquidity up there, golden pocket. That was all your confluence that you needed up there. And then starting to get a retrace here. But now coming back into what was a little bit of resistance, now potentially acting as support. Again, it's a similar situation on the dollar. There's not much support that's been built below. So this is probably, I would say, you're likely to find your way back down towards the lows of the range again to find actual support, which is all the way down here. There's no volume. There's no volume, but your support is around like 102. I'd say would be a good level. But yeah, you're getting little bounces along the way. It could always hold here and just chill out for a little bit. Looking for a short on BTC USDT at the daily open retest or previous day value area low retest. Can you look at CVD on the 4-hour time frame? Looks extremely bullish. Yeah, like we're still getting this. Like this has been continuing for a long time. So I'll do it on this because you get the idea. So here's your range from a TPO. If we throw delta on there, you're just continuing just to go down. So there's permanent bullish divergence on the lows, but yeah, just continuing on the higher time frames, but I don't think there's too much you can really read into that. It's just, again, we can look at it here and you can get a really nice indication of, I'll move it to the 4-hour, like you say, and then we can take a look at that. It's just a lot of spot selling. And this has been continuing on since the FTX crash. So you're just getting spot, just selling, and it is relentless, completely relentless. And even perps here, like you just look at just how much the delta is just diverging away from what price is. So clearly limit orders are holding a significant amount of selling that's coming in at market. There is so much more selling coming in at market than there is buying right now, which is why, again, I think we need to, if you got to get people bullish before you can really look at getting a getting a big move down. So people aren't getting bullish. This has to, and this goes with what I was saying earlier, you've got to get a push up towards about 30k probably before you see the spot like price spot CVD start to reverse and come back up. And then at that point, when you start getting new traders involved, once fresh money is coming into the market, there's no new money in the market at all right now. It's all old money. It is being driven up. I would say that this has to go a lot higher before you got fresh money in to dump on. You can't dump on these people now because there aren't any new people in the market at all. This is just volume, Mr. Brownbug. This is volume. This is liquidations, and then the two lines on the chart, the green and the blue, are the CVD. Oh my God, where are we at? Many minutes have passed since I was last looking at the order flow. The money's so old it stinks. Yes, the only people trading right now is the old money. It is our money. It is us dedicated individuals that still continue to trade this market, even though when nobody else cares about us. Nobody else cares what the market's doing. Everyone's worried about the cost of living crisis, too busy striking, too busy complaining about everything. And then there's us, weird little degens that continue to trade these crazy little markets and either make loads of money or lose loads of money in the process. But I'd imagine that the most of us here are probably making money because otherwise you wouldn't still be here. If you're losing money and you have been for like the past 2 years and you're still here, then fair play. Fair play. The crypto killers, bro. As per ICT, Wix is considered a market structure break. I want to know your opinion. Do you take it as market structure break or SFP? Please tell. Thank you. I would be more inclined to take it as an SFP. Yeah, but it's the same thing, right? I don't trade SMC. I think it's a bit like meh. So I'm aware of it. I'm aware of market structure, but I use market structure in a very different way. I need to, like, I wouldn't consider this here to be like a bullish break of the high. It's difficult. There's occasions like the same way down here. Like you're looking at this, you've got a break of structure here. You've taken out the high, then you come down and take the low. Yeah, immediately you're coming back above the high. So if you were trading SMC, you would have been stopped like once, twice. You would have then been, where do you take the long from? You'd be looking all the way down here. Whereas if you're looking at volume, then you're able to get into a long earlier. I just don't see it as being particularly useful. It's nice to know the concepts of it, but then it's important to know where that is useful, and what kind of strategies like that are, the ones that are useful. Like, for example, yesterday, here, there was a really nice example of this yesterday, where you had this downtrend. I'm just going to bring this onto the chart, and we can look at what we've got here. So you had this downtrend going on, and this is where SMC would have been like wrecked. You high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Okay, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Then you break above, and then people would have been trying to buy in here, fair value gap, whatever it is at that point. But to me, that was looking like equal highs. Inducement, kind of get people bullish, trying to get those long positions in again, because this was just on New York Open. As we had a first move up, what the first move during New York Open was up, I would then automatically basically look to fade that. We took out those highs. I was long at this point, but at that point I had taken profit and I didn't try to re-enter when we went down, and then it just started falling apart. So if people had tried to long this, they could have quite easily become very, very trapped, because it just didn't bounce after that point and it started to get really heavy and really nasty. Then there was another situation this morning, and this is one that I did post on the Discord as well. So we were looking at, where was it? This was the idea. If I bring this up on here. So this is what we were looking at yesterday. This is as you were coming down into the daily level again, and then you got the bounce. And I was looking for price to come and take out the highs, but then again, you get a very similar situation where, for me, the trade was aimed up here, but as soon as you then start to lose this high, and again, you're looking at market structure there, this was for me too long, too far away. So I wanted to see price breaking this, and then I got into a long here, was able to get a nice ABCD off of that, and yeah, then it started falling apart again. But yeah, the idea behind this, again, it was kind of market structure driven. But we had that, and then it went into